I'm Lynn Hawkins, and I'm working with Joe Callahan tonight, and we're trying to trace out why the car won't start. So we're going to have to do some test points to figure out where the electricity is not getting to where it needs to go.
We're doing the diagnostics now. It was running, so we have to go through the diagnostic process again. And we'll bring in a couple of youths to go through that with them together. It's 440 cubic inches, okay? And a 6-pack means that it's got 3 2-barrel carburetors. So there's 6 barrels.
So they did put the
going into this to feed the gasoline. So it takes a lot of gas. This is back when gas was
cheap.
What, 33 cents a gallon? 1969?
Something like that.
So what's happened is it was running, and so we're going to go ahead and hook the ground up again, and I'm going to hook up a test light, and I'm going to show you where we're going to touch the probes on the test light, and you're going to tell me whether or not the light turns on and whether or not it stays on. It's going to be our first test. Now it's going to get noisy, the motor's going to turn over. Okay, so we're going to make sure that everything's clear. We don't want you leaning on the belts when I hit the key. So I'm going to go over that kind of stuff with you. Okay? A good thing to note for a ground that we're looking for is a bolt that's actually screwed, threaded into a body panel. So like this one here for the horn, makes a really good spot for a ground. Okay? The wire I'm going to ask you to touch and keep this other test wire away from is this red one right here. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is just turn on the key on the ignition after we hook up the ground. And if it comes on, I'm going to ask you, did it come on? And you're going to say yes or no. That's the first thing I'm going to do. If it comes on, I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to crank it now. I need you to just hold it in place right there. Okay? While it's cranking, again, are my hands touching anything on the motor or anything that might move? You got to promise me that same rule. Okay. When I'm cranking it, I need to know whether or not that light stays on. And the motor's going to vibrate and move, so it's okay if you do this when I'm cranking, okay? It might have fallen off or something like that. It's okay, don't worry about it. Just put it in place and tell me whether or not the light stays lit. Got it? So let's see how you're going to lean in there and touch that. Okay, so we're going to make sure this side here stays up out of the way. Okay? So just like that. Okay, I'm going to hook up the ground now. And then I'm going to hop in. And we're going to do the first step here. I'm going to make sure the brake is set. The horn works. Sorry about that. You ready?
Yep.
The ignition's on. Did that light up?
No.
Okay, so there's that other electrical point on the bottom of the coil. You want to go ahead and check that for me?
What?
The other electrical point on the bottom of the coil. That coil that you were touching, that's called the coil. It's the ignition coil. So we're just going to check and make sure there's nothing down here. There is not. Okay, that tells me a lot right there. I'm going to test it over here real quick. Okay, so we know we got a good ground. So right there like that. Perfect. Just go ahead and shove it in there tight. Go ahead and press against it.
Just go to it. Just go like every few inches. 2 inches apart. All of it. Just put it straight back, straight back.